Alrighty, hey everybody. So wanted to post another video this week. Memorial Day, I will be off, and I'm hoping the weather cooperates. That way you guys can enjoy some grilling this weekend. So that's actually what my topic is about this week: is safe and successful grilling, healthy grilling. Um, Making sure that we're making good choices even in a family setting, friends, multiple people. Um, there still are obviously some restrictions with the virus, but hopefully you are able to enjoy this at least with your family. Um, so different steps, just picking protein. If fish, I recommend 2 fish servings a week. So grilling that can be great. Skinless chicken breast, lean ground poultry. Those are all healthier choices. Marinades are great. In foil, chicken kebabs or things like that are really good. If you've ever tried portobello mushrooms, that's another great way to add in more vegetables along with onions. Red meat or pork, choosing loin or round are actually going to be leaner cuts compared to that choice or select or yes, choice and select are also that, and then prime we actually those will be a little bit fattier. That's oftentimes what the meat is graded on, is upon marbling or fat content. So when we get loin, round, or more of those what we would call choice select, maybe not as high quality as what you get in some of those big time restaurants, but they're going to have lower fat and be a little bit lighter for you. Okay, so marinate once again and load up on the spices. So here are a list of a couple spices you can use. Fresh garlic, I think, always goes a long way. I'm going to include a couple of different marinades for you to try in the email. Chimichurri is one I particularly love. I really like it on lamb, actually. That's another thing you could always grow. But it goes well on all meats. Safety tips: so we never want to reuse marinade or rub after raw meat has touched it. Making sure that whatever utensil you're using, maybe you could, just make sure that if the utensil doesn't touch the meat, if you end up using it again, or just totally use a different container or utensil for once the meat is cooked, if you intend to marinate it again. And then adding colorful fruits and vegetables. So we've talked a lot about filling your plate half with vegetables, and grilling is a great way to do that. So lots of favorites. Grilled asparagus is great. Even adding avocado to burgers, bell peppers. I love grilled on kebabs. Eggplant, mushrooms, potatoes, and sweet potatoes are really great. Along with squash and zucchini. Some of those listed there are going to be more starchy vegetables as well. So one of the things that I'm going to get to in a little bit is just kind of watching that carb intake. Also want to control fat content. So buying skinless poultry or removing the skin before cooking can be helpful. Trimming away any visible fat on the meat, making sure that the fat drifts away from the food while it cooks for food safety purposes. If you're trying to watch calories, this is a good way to do so. Condiments and salt. So making your own barbecue sauces, I'm going to include that on the email as well. Chimichurri, marinating in lemon juice, lime juice, fresh squeezed orange juice, vinegar. Apple cider vinegar is one that I really like, with fresh garlic. I've even done things in the past with adobo chilies. So those can be some good ways to marinate. This here is a pre-made barbecue sauce that I like. It's called Stubbs. The original brand in particular has a lower sugar content. So things to think about with condiments: not only are we talking high sodium, but also lots of sugar as well. Ketchup is the same way. So make sure that you're watching that. Choosing healthier sides. So lots of store-bought things like potato salad and things like that. Maybe do a healthier bean salad or fruit salad or a leafy green salad. Make your own guacamole or your own potato salad. I've done potato salad with Greek yogurt instead of mayonnaise, which is a really great option. I've also done some spinach artichoke dip with Greek yogurt. So if you need some ideas of things to do for any gatherings or parties, please let me know. I'd be happy to help you out with some healthier choices. Buns, trying to do those whole grain. They have whole grain hamburger buns, whole grain hot dog buns, limiting starchy sides. So remember, we only really need 3 to 4 carb servings during our meals. So um, the bun would count as 2, okay, 1 per slice of bread. And then just thinking about, okay, that also equate to about a half cup of potatoes or something like that. So just kind of be aware of how many carbohydrate servings you're getting in that meal. If you're watching carbs, trying an open faced burger or lettuce wrap is another way to load up on vegetables and make sure that your carb intake isn't too high. Healthy desserts, so grilling fruits for dessert can be really, really good. Caramelizing in the high heat gives them extra sweetness and flavor. So there's some examples there of things that you can do. Safety precaution, using a food thermometer and ensure safe internal cooking temperatures before serving. So I'm going to go over that with you guys here in a second. We also want to keep our thermometers clean. So being sure to scrub down the rack or grill pan after each use, removing leftover burnt pieces of food stuck to the grill. And this is basically going to prevent any burning or bitter flavors that could occur as a result of not cleaning it when you use it again. So please have a look at this, and I hope it's something that's helpful for you. Other things I want to go over. So I also have some tips on internal cooking temperatures. Okay, so we're going to take this down. Okay, so depending on the meat, you're going to need certain cooking temperatures. So beef, pork, veal, lamb, ham, fish, and shellfish, they don't need to be cooked quite as high. Foodborne illness, salmonella, things like that aren't usually as common. So usually around 145 degrees is what we're looking at there. Ground meats, there's more surface area exposure, which means that we're at a greater risk of bacteria getting into the food, so that it's important that we cook it at a higher temperature. So ground meat and eggs, we want at 160. Casseroles and leftovers, we want at about 165, okay? Then finally, poultry, any kind of breast, whole bird, legs, thighs, wings, ground poultry, giblets, or stuffing, we want to keep at 165. Okay, so I do suggest getting a food thermometer. I actually have one here, and it will even tell you what temperatures go right depending on the foods that you don't have to remember, but know that that resource is here in case you need it. Basically, you're going to put this, put the needle in the center portion of the meat, and then it will read to you how many degrees that meat is. But again, we want to make sure that before we serve that the food is at the corresponding temperature. If we're ever doing leftovers, making sure that we're keeping it at 165 degrees. So I hope you all have a great weekend, a great holiday. Be safe, stay healthy, and thanks so much. Bye. What?